Imagine, if you will, a magnificent celestial mansion, just shining with this brilliance that outshines both the sun and the moon. A place constantly echoing with enchanting music, joyous dancing, filled with every pleasure your mind could possibly conceive.
Sounds pretty amazing.
Right. Now, hold that image and picture achieving all that splendor and bliss just by giving a single piece of sugarcane. Or maybe a humble cake.
Seems almost too simple, doesn't it? Like something out of a story.
Exactly. Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we unpack the fascinating world of the Pāricchattakavagga.
That's quite a name.
It is. But it's a specific collection of, ancient stories found within the Vimānavatthu, a really profound, often surprising Buddhist text.
And these aren't just simple tales, are they?
Not at all. They dive deep into karma and rebirth, meticulously revealing how even seemingly small actions in one life can just blossom into these extraordinary celestial rewards in the next.
It's like a direct look at how cause and effect was understood back then.
Precisely. Our sources today are direct excerpts from these ancient Pali texts. They feature these vivid accounts of deities, these beings now in glorious heavens, looking back and recounting the human lives that led them there.
So we get first-hand heavenly accounts, so to speak?
You could say that. Our mission is to extract the, surprising nuggets of wisdom from these stories. We're looking at generosity, virtue, and the unexpected power of seemingly small deeds.
The kind of things people might overlook.
Absolutely. We'll explore the specific actions these individuals took and the dazzling, glorious outcomes they experienced. Okay, let's unpack this. These stories, they offer this unique window into an ancient view of cause and effect. But how does that resonate today?
That's a great question. What's fascinating is how they bridge the mundane, everyday life with the miraculous.
Right.
They're not just abstract ideas. They give concrete, sometimes really dramatic examples. It's like they show this direct link, almost immediate, between human actions and divine experiences.
Let's the concept of karma feel very tangible.
Exactly. Tangible and immediate. Action and consequence, right there.
Now, what I find truly astonishing is just how simple some of these acts seem.
Yeah.
Could you walk us through that first example, the cake giver?
Sure. This is from the Vimānavatthu. The text introduces us to this woman of just immense beauty and glory, so radiant her light literally lit up all directions.
Wow.
Yeah. She's in her golden celestial mansion, surrounded by dancing nymphs, joyous beings, every desire fulfilled.
Living the dream, heavenly style.
Pretty much. And when asked about her past life, she explains she was a daughter-in-law in a household that was, well, let's just say, not very spiritual, described as faithless and miserly. But she, with unwavering faith and virtue, managed to give a simple cake and a puva, just a humble, everyday food item, to a monk going for alms.
A simple act of faith in a difficult environment.
Right, and the contrast, as you mentioned, is just stark. She gives this humble offering driven by genuine faith.
And her mother-in-law.
Furious, berates her, strikes her with a club, and tragically, the young woman dies.
Terrible. But that's not the end of the story.
Not at all. The text says upon the breaking up of her body, she's immediately reborn among the Tavatisa deities.
And Tavatisa, for our listeners, that's a major celestial realm in Buddhist cosmology, right?
Yeah.
Very opulent, ruled by Sangha.
Exactly. So it's this incredibly rapid, dramatic shift from immediate suffering right after her good deed to this immense splendor and all desired pleasures.
It's a profound cosmic irony, isn't it?
It really is. That act of malice from the mother-in-law effectively became the catalyst for her celestial bliss.
And the immediacy is striking.
Yes. It highlights that the karmic process, while we often think of it as long-term, can sometimes manifest with just astonishing speed. Especially, it seems, when there's that purity of intention.
Absolutely. And this isn't like a one-off story. There's another example that echoes this, right? The sugarcane giver.
Yes, the Pāricchattakavagga. Very similar theme, but with maybe an even stronger focus on the mind behind the offering. We have another radiant deity adorned with garlands, jewels, literally outshining the sun and moon in her heaven.
And her story.
Very similar path. In her human life, she gave a single piece of sugarcane uchusakantiko, again, super common, simple item to a monk who came to their village.
Okay, another simple gift.
But here's the key part the text emphasizes. Her state of mind. She gave it pasanatita atulayapitya,
Which means?
with a mind full of joy and delight. That atulayapitya suggests this immense, unmeasurable gladness, a real purity of joy in the giving itself.
And again, the family reaction. Not good.
Not good at all. Same pattern. Mother-in-law, enraged, accuses her of wasting it, strikes her with a stool. She dies.
Tragic, but the outcome.
Equally profound. After death, reborn among the gods, enjoying the 5 sense pleasures.
And these aren't just earthly pleasures, right? It's something more refined.
Exactly. Think heightened, pure sensory experiences, exquisite sights, sounds, aromas, tastes, touches, but without the usual attachment or suffering. A truly blissful state. And she's protected by the Lord of Gods.
It's incredible. A cake, a piece of sugarcane.
Yeah.
Completely changing destinies.
It is. But the texts show it wasn't limited to just those items. The Gutala Vimānavatthu gives us another example.
Ah, yes. Tell us about that one.
Here we meet another deity, radiant, described as the foremost among 1,000 nymphs. Her generosity also involved, everyday things, but maybe with a slight twist.
Ah, so.
She explains she was a giver of the best things, the best clothes, best flowers, best perfumes, best fruits, even best tastes.
So quality mattered to her, giving the best she could.
It seems so. And she also made a specific offering of fragrant 5-finger paste, Gandapanyakugulika, to the stupa, the monument, of a past Buddha, Kassapa.
That's fascinating. So not just simple items, but the intention to give the best and also reverence towards a stupa. This raises a really important question, doesn't it?
Which is?
Is it the objective value of the gift, like how much it cost? Or is it the attitude, the purity of intention of the giver that really counts for these amazing results?
That's a critical distinction. And the texts, they really lean heavily towards the attitude, the intention.
Okay.
While giving the best certainly shows a generous heart, the consistent theme across all these stories is the mind of joy, satana, and generosity, even when things are tough.
Like with the angry mothers-in-law.
Exactly. It's the genuine reverence, the lack of stinginess, the sheer joy in the act of giving itself. That seems to be the real catalyst, much more than the, monetary value. These are mostly simple gifts, but they're infused with deep spiritual meaning.
So we've seen the huge power of these individual acts of generosity. But what about sort of the bigger picture? How one lives their life day to day?
Yes. These stories definitely show that it's not just about isolated gifts. How we conduct ourselves, especially in our relationships within our community, that has a profound impact, too.
It's not just what you give, but how you live.
Precisely. Let's look at the virtuous daughter-in-law. This is from the Palaka Vimānavatthu.
Okay, what was her story?
Well, first, her reward. She's this powerful deity seated on an exquisite, gem-adorned couch, surrounded by nymphs. Pretty spectacular.
Sounds like it. And her past life.
As a human, she was a daughter-in-law in a wealthy family. But her virtue wasn't just about offerings. It was her whole way of being.
How so?
She was described as akadhana, not angry, and Bhatu Vasanavatina, deeply obedient and supportive of her husband, and also really diligent in observing the Uposatha vows.
Right, the Uposatha vows, those are the special observance days in Buddhism, aren't they? Like a spiritual focused day within the month.
Exactly. Extra precepts, more meditation, a commitment to deepen practice within daily life.
So she was actively cultivating virtue.
Very actively. And crucially, she kept the 5 precepts: no killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, or intoxicants. Her virtue was holistic.
Covering all the bases.
Right. The text says she pleased her husband with a pure heart day and night. It really paints a picture of comprehensive ethical living, harmony in relationships, fulfilling duties, sticking to moral rules. It's a broad view of virtue in action.
Yeah, it's about active, daily, virtuous living. And there's another story like this, isn't there? Lata?
Yes, the Lata Vimānavatthu. It really reinforces this point. Lata is described as a glorious deity shining brightly among others in her heaven.
And her earthly life.
Very similar echoes. Also a daughter-in-law in a wealthy family. Like the other, she was akadhana, not angry, and Bhatu Vasanavattini, obedient to her husband, and diligent with Uposatha vows.
Okay, same core virtues.
But her virtue went even further, it seems. It wasn't just about her husband. She actively pleased her brother-in-law, Sadavada, and her parents-in-law, Sasasura, too.
Wow, the whole family unit.
Exactly. This comprehensive respect and effort towards harmony within the entire family brought her great fame, yaso, even in her human life. It wasn't just an inner quality. It shone outwards.
That really is something. So connecting this to the bigger picture, It feels like these stories aren't just about getting a good rebirth for yourself.
No, I think you're right. They also seem to highlight the societal impact of virtue, especially within the family. It suggests harmony at home has these, well, cosmic repercussions.
And the results for Littell were specific, weren't they?
Very specific. Because of this good karma, she attained distinction in 4 ways: long life, beauty, happiness, and strength. Plus, immense playful enjoyment among the gods. These aren't vague rewards. They're described as tangible results of a life lived well in daily interactions.
Such a powerful testament to the ripple effect of just, well, being good to those around you. Now, sometimes the who you give to and how you give seems just as important, maybe even more important, than the gift itself.
Yes. The next story really drives that home. It presents a fascinating kind of karmic puzzle.
This is the Dedala Vimānavatthu.
That's the one. It's particularly insightful. We meet a deity named Subhada in Tabatisa heaven. She's puzzled, maybe even a little put out.
Why?
Because another deity, who is her younger sister in their past life, is outshining her significantly in splendor. Brighter, more glorious.
Okay, sibling rivalry in heaven.
Sort of. Subhada points out that in her human life, she actually gave more stuff, more donations, to individual monks specifically, disciplined, celibate monks, than her sister did.
So she feels she did more good deeds, quantitatively.
Right. So she asks, why did her sister, who only gave apparently 8 handfuls of alms food, attain such greater splendor? Why is she outshining me when I gave more? It's a genuine question.
And the answer? What's the revelation here?
It's profound. The sister explains that how she gave was different. She offered her alms through a monk named Ravada, but he advised her not to give it to him personally.
Oh, what did he advise then?
He advised her to give it to the Sangha, the entire community of monks.
The collective.
Exactly. And the crucial teaching, which comes from the Buddha himself, and which Subhada admits she also heard, is this: a donation placed in the Sangha, which is immeasurable, yields great fruit, Mahafla. A donation given by you to individuals does not have such great fruit.
Wow. So giving to the group is way more powerful than giving to one person, even a very worthy person.
That's the core teaching here. It's not just about more fruit, but maybe a different quality of fruit. The Sangha is described in glowing terms: upright, composed of wisdom and virtue, vast, immeasurable like the ocean.
It's like a field of merit.
Precisely. That's the traditional concept. Think of it like planting a seed. If you plant it in super fertile, well-cared-for soil, the Sangha, representing collective spiritual practice and potential, the harvest is far greater, more profound, than planting the same seed in less fertile ground.
Even if the individual monk was very virtuous himself.
Even then, giving to the Sangha isn't just a bigger deposit in your karmic bank account. It's like investing in the whole system that supports the path to enlightenment for everyone. It's a powerful early idea of maybe spiritual community investment.
So the takeaway, the nugget here, is crystal clear. The extraordinary merit comes from giving to the collective community, the Sangha. The recipient really matters for the result of the action. It's about consciously nurturing that collective field.
Absolutely. It shifts the focus from just personal giving to supporting the wider spiritual community.
And beyond the Sangha, we also see that offerings to revered individuals and even symbolic objects carried immense weight too, right?
Definitely. For instance, in the Sesavati Vimānavatthu, we hear about Sesavati. She got this beautiful, self-luminous, celestial mansion. Why?
What did she do?
With a joyful mind, Mudita, that joyful intention, again, she simply scattered flowers, Kusumi Abukiri, over the great Upatissa, identified as Moggallāna, one of the Buddha's chief disciples. So veneration towards a highly respected figure yields great results.
And then there's Malika.
Yes, in the Malika Vimānavatthu. After the Buddha Gautama passed away, she offered a golden net adorned with gems, Sofarchala Man Society, to his stupa, his memorial mound.
An act of reverence for his legacy.
Exactly. And this led to her joyful, sorrow-free existence in heaven. Then there's Sunanda in the Visalaka Vimānavatthu. She was a lay follower who did a bit of everything.
Like what?
Gave clothes, food, lodging, lamps, observed Upasatha vows diligently, and specifically offered garlands, perfumes, and unguents to the Buddha's stupa.
She had a goal in mind too, didn't she?
She did. Her aspiration was quite high. She hoped to become a once-returner, a Sakadagamini, meaning she'd only be reborn one more time before reaching full enlightenment. Shows the power people attributed to these acts.
And finally, the text this whole section is named after, the Pāricchattakavagga.
Right. It describes a deity living in the beautiful Pāricchattakavagga tree in heaven. She gained her radiant form, her fragrant aura, heavenly music all around her.
From what?
From offering an Asoka flower garland, Asoka Pufamalaha, to the Buddha. Just a simple flower garland.
So, putting it all together, what does this mean for us? It really seems like the intention, the object you're venerating, and who receives the gift, it all dramatically amplifies the karmic outcome. It's like a complex spiritual economy.
That's a good way to put it. It raises this important point about symbolism and focus. It's not just what you give, but the reverence, the understanding behind who or what you're honoring, especially the enlightened ones, their key disciples, or their sacred legacy represented by stupas.
The act of veneration itself seems powerful.
Extremely powerful. Even through simple offerings, it generates significant merit. It shows the deep respect embedded in these traditions.
And what's truly remarkable, going back to the Vimānavatthu, is just the sheer range of things that count. It feels very democratic.
It really does. That text is almost like a rapid-fire list showing how diverse meritorious acts can be. It makes it clear that anyone, regardless of wealth or status, could generate powerful good karma with whatever they had available.
It's not just for the rich or influential.
Not at all. The texts mention people offering things like simple milk rice or treacle, a sugarcane stalk, common vegetables like cucumber or gourd, different fruits.
Even really basic stuff.
Oh yeah, a handful of vegetables, sakamuve, a handful of flowers, pufukamus, radishes, even neem leaves. It covers this whole spectrum of everyday, often totally overlooked items.
It really drives home that it's not about grand gestures. It's about applying kindness and mindfulness to even the most mundane things.
Exactly, and it goes beyond food and flowers, too. The texts mention donations of incredibly practical things. Things vital for daily life back then.
Like what?
A bowl scrubber, a waistband, a shoulder strap for carrying things, a chest band, a fan, different kinds, a palm leaf fan, a peacock feather fan, an umbrella, even sandals.
Things people genuinely needed.
Absolutely. Incredibly practical, often things we wouldn't even think of as gifts today. Yet they're cited as leading to rebirth in glorious realms. It's about filling a need, easing a burden, making life a bit better for someone else.
But it wasn't only about material gifts, right? The Vimānavatthu mentions other actions too.
Yes, absolutely. It highlights virtuous actions that are purely about conduct and your inner state. For instance, just listening to the Dhamma, the Buddha's teachings.
Just listening.
Listening receptively, and then observing one upasatha a day after happening to see monks and nuns on the road. It shows how simply being open to spiritual wisdom and acting on it, even just for a day, generates merit.
That's powerful. What else?
Giving water to a thirsty monk, even when you yourself are standing in water, a simple act of compassion. Noticing someone else's need, being mindful and helpful.
It's about awareness.
And inner strength, too. Perhaps most poignantly, it talks about attending to cruel and angry parents-in-law without resentment.
Wow, that's tough.
Incredibly tough.
Right.
And also being a diligent, non-angry, humble, and sharing servant. These acts show amazing inner fortitude, compassion, even when facing really difficult situations.
So the sheer breadth of items and actions considered meritorious is just huge.
It really is. It strongly suggests that good karma isn't some special thing reserved for big ceremonies or wealthy patrons. It's woven right into the fabric of everyday life.
Through mindfulness, respect, kindness.
Regardless of your station or circumstances, it really, as you said, democratizes the path to spiritual progress and a better future.
So our deep dive into the Pāricchattakavagga today, it's really shown us how these ancient Buddhist texts paint this surprisingly rich, detailed picture. How actions, tiny ones like giving cake, or consistent ones like serving family well, or focused ones like giving to the Sangha, were believed to directly shape your future.
Yeah, we've seen how intention, the gift itself, who receives it, it all plays this intricate role in the karmic result. It's way more nuanced than just do good, get good.
Definitely. And these stories, okay, they're ancient, but they really do invite us, to reflect on the often unseen consequences of our own daily deeds, don't they?
They absolutely do. They make you pause and consider, how much thought do we really put into our small acts of kindness, or just our daily conduct, how we interact with people?
What ripple effects might our actions be creating right now, in this moment, in the world around us, and maybe, just maybe, for ourselves down the line?
It's a profound question to sit with.
So, as you go about your day-to-day, maybe think about this. What hidden gifts or virtues are there in your own life? Things you do that seem small, maybe overlooked, but might actually be shaping your future in ways you haven't even imagined.
Is there a seemingly insignificant gesture you make regularly? Or a quiet act of kindness you perform? Could that be a profound karmic seed just waiting for the right conditions to blossom?
Something to ponder, perhaps, as you navigate your own journey.